afternoon. Good afternoon. Good afternoon, everyone. And welcome to another Faith and Healing. This is where we get to talk to you about the many important and healthy things that God wants you to be more in tune and aware of where your bodies are concerned. And I am always so delighted to bring to you the information and to do the homework and to do the research so that you are better informed. So if you're making it to the broadcast at this time, we want to welcome you to Faith and Healing. I remind you always that it is God's desire that you would prosper, not only physically, but that you would spiritually. So we never prosper at the expense of our soul salvation. I also remind you always that this is not an attempt to treat your disease or to cure it. You should always work along with a trained medical care professional, but we always encourage you as well to be informed about your health and to have a part to play in it, so that you are making good and wise decisions as well about your own health, for it is your body and it is your life. I also remind you that I am not a medical care professional. I am someone who is being used by God. I take the information He gives to me and I willingly and freely share it with you because I care about this area of your life as I do care about mine. So welcome and come and join us as we talk today about the significance and importance of juicing and why it is just such an amazing way to get the body into the best of health. Juicing is a phenomenal life practice. It is just amazing to do that for the body. And there are so many incredible things in the foods that we are eating that when we juice, we don't have to worry about it going through the process of breakdown through the digestive system and tract. Once it is juiced, it's in liquid form, it enters the bloodstream very directly, and we have that benefit going right where it is needed. And as we have said before, as I have shared with you on the broadcast, life is in the blood. That is what the Word of God said. Life is in the blood. So if the blood is healthy, then you can rest assured you are doing an excellent work in making sure that life is going the way that God intends. Because look, if the blood is healthy, then the system is healthy because life is in the blood. Today we want you to, as we focus on the juicing combinations, and this week we began a journey for those who are on my social media and Facebook pages. We began a journey of a 21-day juicing regimen. And today we are looking at some of these combinations this afternoon. But what we're also doing is speaking to some of the nutritional values in the things that we are drinking over the next few weeks, and to give you a greater level of confidence as to why you're making the best decision and sacrifice for your life and your health at this moment in time. So for those of you who are looking globally, you are watching globally, and you are not connected to my social media pages where you were not able to see this announcement, we want you to know that you could take this very recipes that I will be giving today, and you can begin that journey at any point that will work conveniently for you, and you can begin a juicing regimen on 30 days, 21 days, whatever works best for you, usually to see the natural effects of anything, healthy or natural. You need at least maybe about 30 days. That doesn't mean that it would not work within 7 or 14 days. It just means that within 30 days, you know that it's well anchored. If you're treating anything terminally advanced illnesses, then you need at least 30 to 90 days for you to be able to see the kind of results. And once again, it's not because those things would not work sooner. It just simply means within that time frame, you would have anchored some good values, nutritional values, to begin to turn things around in the body and in the system. Well, we are looking at today some juicing combinations one of our juicing combinations that we will be trying very shortly, and I am actually very excited to do that. We are looking at being able to totally blend certain foods together. And when I say blend, we're not talking about blend in terms of blending. I'm talking about mixing things. I'm talking about being able to bring things together, that are working so that we have the very best of our juicing combinations. It is very important to make sure that we are also using things that are, coming together the right way. So for instance, one of the combinations that we have, aids with anti-inflammatory. As for the matter of fact, the great thing about it is the combinations that we are using really helps to promote better, health in that regard. A lot of people are struggling and suffering through anti-inflammatory issues, and we just want to make sure that you are getting the best of your health in that way. So let us look at one of the juicing combinations that we will be working through today. And one of the things that I want us to pay attention to are the nutritional values that will be coming through those. So we have cabbage, and you want to make sure that your cabbage is well cut, and this is why I need my knife here. So you want to make sure that it's cut properly to go into your juicer. Depending on how large the mouth of your juicer is, some people have some really amazing juice machines, and that always helps to get the best out of your juicing, to have a machine that is working very well. So you can make sure that your cabbage is well cut. So we will be adding cabbage to the combination, and shortly I'm going to show you. So you want to make sure that you have it sliced, properly enough. And let me just shift my glasses here. We're going to be using this for our juices. I want to make sure that you can, I want to make sure that you can really see what I'm doing. So here, we're going to be starting off with this juicing combination. So cabbage is, it seems so simple a food, but it is so powerful and potent a food. It's not a food to be underestimated at all. Cabbage is really phenomenal. It is great for bone health. It is great for eye health. And as you know, as we age, our bones are not as strong. As we age, our bones are not as, it doesn't have the same flexibility and strength as when we were younger. So you want to make sure that you are now eating in a way that is maintaining good bone health. Okay, now some people take supplements for that, but your food could also be your supplement. So if you want to promote strong bone health, because of course, again, as we get older, we crack more easily, things break more easily because of the aging process. You want to make sure that your bone health is intact, and cabbage is one of the ways that you can do that. And there are different kinds of cabbage. Today we are using the green instead of the red, but you could use the red. I've chosen green because, most of what we're using is on the green side. So great for bone health, great for eye health. One of the things that tends to go early is our vision. Okay. Some people, they said by 40 your vision begin to change. Some people, their vision went way before that. But cabbage is very helpful to eye health. Cabbage is also excellent, an anti-inflammatory food. So if you have arthritis issues, if you have autoimmune issues, if you're battling things like cancer, a lot of those things are related to high inflammation in the body and system. So you want to really include cabbage into your regimen. Again, you can eat it. Many people do. You can saute it. There are many things you can do. However, juicing takes it directly into the bloodstream. It's also an anti-cancer food, which makes sense because once again, if it is anti-inflammatory, I could see it being very helpful in the matters of cancer. It also aids with weight loss. Some people were inquiring about whether or not the juicing regimens that I had recommended has benefits to weight loss. And the answer is yes. It aids with weight loss. So if you're doing this on the 21 days and you incorporate other health behaviors and practices, then you should be able to experience, some help with your weight issues. Also, it aids with beauty issues. Beauty meaning it is an anti-aging food as well. So people who are concerned about dryness as they age, wrinkles, fine lines, age spots, the kind of things that happens naturally as a person age, cabbage is very helpful in balancing that. It's also helpful in promoting great skin and healthy beauty options. Amazingly, it also lowers blood pressure. So if you are a hypertensive patient, if you suffer with the matters of high blood pressure, you want to definitely look into cabbage as a food to incorporate into your diet. Once again, you can cook it, but juicing takes it directly into the bloodstream, and that's why juicing is so powerful. It also is good for brain health. In the world today, there are many people, and particularly on this side of the world, North America, who battle and suffer many memory issues, Alzheimer's, dementia, and all kinds of memory failure. And so cabbage is very helpful in promoting brain health. If you're a student, if you're a professor, if you're in a line of work, if you're a writer like myself, we use a lot of brain work. You definitely want to make sure that cabbage is a part of your diet because it helps with brain function. It also is a great detoxifier. Can you imagine that? And if the body is properly detoxed, then you know that you're on a good path to health. One of the issues with many things in the body, including skin health not being so great, is when the body is overloaded with toxins and it needs to be cleaned out. Cabbage is a great way to detoxify. So imagine doing a cabbage treatment for 21 days or 30 days, then you would have taken the body to a great place of being detoxed. So that is one of the things that we are doing today. And I just want to just attempt one of our juice combinations, which is cabbage, the carrot. Okay. We also have an apple. Okay. And we have the lemon. So I'm going to put a small piece of cabbage in this juicing combination because we have another juicing combination that requires more cabbage. So, but to make it a more potent combination, we're going to have a whole lemon. And to just make sure that I get the best juicing effect out of the cabbage, I am adding the lemon to it so that the lemon juice will help the cabbage to flow because cabbage is dry. So you need a lot of it to be able to get the juice out. And so I could also use my apple as a way of getting that to be done. So let's see how this works here. Pretty good. So you saw that we had this, come out very well. So what I just did was the lemon and the cabbage and half of the apple. And that's because I wanted the cabbage to make it through and to get all the juice effect. So I needed something that produced a bit more liquid. And so when you do your cabbage through the juicing, because cabbage tends to be dry, for you to really get its full extract, you can add something that produces a bit more liquid so that you can get that through. And I will now add the rest of my apple, the rest of my lemon, and the rest of my carrots. Let's do this. Make sure we get this correct. I am adding a piece of ginger to this combination as well. Ginger is also anti-inflammatory, and ginger has great health benefits. Of course, if you are on a blood thinner, you might not want to use ginger because that could pose a problem, because ginger, it thins the blood. So you want to be careful with that. I also have here, I am adding to our combination a whole beet. I'm doing a whole one because it's not so large. But if you have a very large beet, you want to do at least half of that. This one is not so big, so I cut it into, and we're going to use that. We're going to add a piece of ginger. And this right there is a really potent combination. As you can see, this right here is really a very good option for a juicing combination. Very, very rich. As we heard, just with the cabbage alone, the results are amazing. So imagine what you would get with the carrots added and the apple, because those combinations, themselves carry a tremendous amount of benefits to the system. So this looks so rich. Just on my finger, this is awesome. So this is one of our incredible. This is so rich. It is amazing. Our next combination we are going to do, but before I do that, let me just give you a little bit of the history of the carrot and why you want to add that to your combination. It lowers cholesterol, so you want to remember that. So we're not just putting combinations together just for the purpose of putting combinations together. We are putting combinations together based on what it is doing for the body. So we heard all the benefits of the cabbage. Well, listen to the carrots. Lowers cholesterol. It stops memory loss. It's a powerful antioxidant. It is an anti-cancer food. Imagine that. It reduces the possibilities of heart attacks. It prevents diabetes. And, it has just a tremendous amount of overall health benefits. This is just the carrot. Imagine that. So diabetic health, cholesterol health, heart health, even brain health, and weight loss. So once again, if you're saying, well, what is in this for me? I decided to do this. Will it help me? So many people are complaining that the pandemic have allowed them to put on weight, and they want to get rid of that. Well, you can use this as part of your weight balancing regimens. Our next combination is now the cabbage. Now we're going to put a lot of our cabbage, because this combination is more of a cabbage, option. And so and once again, we want to make sure, so we have a cucumber here, and I'm going to cut this, okay? So we're going to, for better work through the juicer, you want to give it, a proper cut, because again, I don't know what juicer you have. Maybe you have those really cool and expensive juices, and you don't have to break things up, but we just want to make sure that everything goes through very smoothly. So now we're going to do cabbage and cucumbers and a bit of lemon. Wow. Now, this is what I love about these things. I also have here some celery sticks. So once again, you want to add your, those things have a lot of liquid. So you want to add them to the cabbage. You don't want to do the cabbage by itself. I mean, you can, but I would recommend that you add either the cucumber or even the celery. So I'm going to cut my celery just to break it down a bit. And we're going to fit it in. And that juicer has a pretty large mouth. And let's try this now. Wonderful. So as you can see, of course here we have a little bit of the beets that were left in the cup. So it allowed our juice to turn out a bit red, but that's okay. It's not as red as the other one. But usually you would be doing this by itself. So you would have more of a green or a lighter option. We have the remaining bits from our last juice, so you have a little color here. But, if you were doing this alone, you wouldn't have to go through that. You would see more of a light green option. So this here, and let me make sure I do a taste for you. So this is celery, this is cabbage, and this is cucumber. And you can add a bit of lemon to that for cleansing, but we do already have a lemon in here. But if you're doing this on a separate day, you can always add a lemon for cleansing. Our final juicing combination, for this afternoon's presentation is the citrus blend, which is also an immune booster. So I'm taking off the skin. I could use the skin, but I don't want to use the skin today because the skin is strong. The skin is very good. A lot of foods, their vitamins are really in their skin. The larger portion of the vitamin is really in the skin. So, but today, I don't want to use the skin because I want this juice to have more of its sweetness. So I'm even taking off the lemon peel. But ordinarily, when you're doing this for the purpose of rejuvenating cells and destroying deadly cells, you want to keep the skin. This is just an immune booster. So I just want the juice combination. So I'm not going to use the skin because then it's going to have a bit of a bitter taste. So we have orange, we have lemon, and I have a grapefruit. And then we're going to add a couple of limes. So you can do a combination of those citrus options. Okay. We want to make sure, again, that we clean out the skin. And I'm going to just cut this right here. Let's bring our cup back. Let's get rid of all the juice here so we don't really have a color. And there we go. Let's see what comes out of this. I'm actually excited about this one. I'm looking forward to trying it. Wow. Now that one is really good. You see how that rushed through the juicer because again, the skin was not there to obstruct. So it came through very nicely, very quickly. I'm going to add a lime. Lime is a little harder to get the skin off because it's so small and the skin is pretty tight on the lime. I love lime. It really makes for great exotic drinks, but all those are in the citrus family. So you use that, especially now with all the cold and pandemic season. These are a great combination that you can use to be able to boost your immune system. Once again, everything within moderation and balance. You don't want an immune system that is too high, but you want it within balance. So let's see what comes out of this. The proof is always in the taste, so we are looking forward to tasting that. And don't forget all the benefits, you know, of the citrus. Don't forget the benefits of the cabbage. Cabbage hydrates the body, not cabbage, I'm sorry, cucumber. Cucumber hydrates. It prevents, dryness in the body, in the system. It flushes out toxins from the system. It is great for the eye. It is great for the brain. It, prevents puffiness under the eye. And as I tell you always, I would rather drink a thing than put it on the body. Cucumber has great benefits for the overall health, the brain, the eye. You look at those things and they seem so simple. Let's try a citrus. Wow, that is potent, but it is really awesome. So we have 3 great juice combinations here today. We have with the citrus blend, which we removed the skin because we do not want that bitter taste. We'll just have a strong shot to the system. So we remove the skin. We have lime, we have lemons, we have orange, and we have grapefruit. That is one blend. That's an immune blend that you could drink every other day as you keep your immune system healthy. Then we have the cabbage, the cucumber, and the celery blend. And you can add half a lemon to that, for full effect. And then we have the beets, the apple, the carrot, the ginger, and the lemon, which is my favorite of all the juices that I try. The juicing that I try, this is my favorite. Beets is great for the blood. If you are a female and you're experiencing menstrual issues, if your blood level is always low, if you add beets to your diet, you would not have that problem anymore, except if there are other deeper factors going on. But if your blood loss is mainly towards your menstrual issues, if you add beets to your diet, your juicing regimen, your hemoglobin levels will be at an optimal on a monthly basis. So that is something that you can consider. I also want to add, when you begin to juice, particularly beets, you might see a change in your urine and in your stool. Do not be alarmed, okay? Because the beet is very strong, and if it is not properly broken down into the system, it comes through the urine. So some people, your urine might look like blood, and your excretion may also look like there's blood in it. It is really the beets, so don't be alarmed. Now, if you are not using beets and you see those things, that's a different issue. But if you began a juicing regimen where beets is a part of the protocol, and then all of a sudden by the next day, you see that your pee looks red, your urine looks red, and your stool is blood red, this is as a result of the beets. So do not be alarmed and be afraid. Just drink sufficient amount of water to flush that out of the system. Also, if you are battling any food allergies, do your homework before you do those combinations so that you do not eat something. Now, some things are healthy, but it may not be good for you. So you want to also make sure that you are able to take in the juicing combinations of the food. Well, awesome stuff. Absolute awesome stuff. God bless you. I pray you were blessed today. I pray that you are able to do these things to help to assist your life. Our foods should really be our best medicines. And I really hope that as you eat better, you will live well, live better, and you'll be able to enjoy a full and healthy and strong life. And remember always, God loves us. He wants us to succeed. He wants us to look great physically. He wants us to have good, strong bodies. But he said we must never prosper at the expense of our soul salvation. That we should seek to prosper as much, if not more spiritually, as we do physically. So until next time, on our faith and healing presentation, continue to keep the faith.